Ladies and boys, gentlemen and girls, children of high fidelity on a low budget, we have had another visit from the drop-off fairy. And this time, the drop-off fairy has come with drop. And the drop-off fairy has dropped the drop from drop. Oh yeah. We have with us today the drop plus HiFiMan HiRDX R7DX. What is it, a robot from the dang Star Wars universe? Does it beep when I open it up? It better beep. The HiR7DX. Finally. So, we all know that HiFiMan is HiFiMan. HiFiMan is well-known, world-renowned for giving us a whole bunch of plain old headphones. And now they've dipped of their toe into the dynamic game. So, leads you to wonder, what kind of dynamic range do their dynamic headphones have in the dynamic game? And therefore, we wanted to open these up and give them a little testy and see what it do. And the packaging is not the usual back of the old Sears catalog adult shop move here. We've got a little bit of gloss here, a little bit of, you can get a little fingerprint on it in case you didn't notice. I got a couple of these, and it's got a little bit of subtlety. It's hard to see this thing because it's black on velvet or something, and I thought all these were blue when I saw them, and there were some blue ones. But hey, who knows? Understated quality. You got the I don't know. These don't have much personality from a physical standpoint. They're not lookers, but maybe they're cookers. You don't have to be a looker if you're a cooker. So we have the product itself on the front, a bunch of barcodes on the side, and some QE stuff. Some very slim amount of specifications, and kind of a schematic on the back. Phone number and a website, which you probably can Google and just as fast as it would take me to read this thing to you. So, and as I am not Google, you know that you can get HiFiMans, you know you can get them on Amazon. I'm not going to tell you the price because it's going to change by the time you see this video. So, we're going to get into the guts. What's up, Cuddy? He's in the cut. Chilling in the cut. What do you do? Two little slices from my little friend. And have a nice piece of felt. The reveal. So we've gone from the styrofoam to, well, it's still foam of some sort, but it's not polystyrene, and gone from the plastic and the paper box to the plastic insert on the reflective box or the printed on box. So apparently these are meant to be of a higher caliber or higher grade than the others. In the center receptacle we have for food, of course, and we have le câble, which is a Y. Ooh, and we know why. Balance. Balance is good. Balance is king. So we have the good old quarter head. Is that a, ooh. I don't know if that's a if these are 3.5s or 2.5s. I'm going to find that out later. But, yes, sir. This is a serious joint right here. So, we have, come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Little chubby checker right here. Doing the twist. Let's see what kind of length we got on that. We have no grip, that's for sure. So, what's that, 4.5, 5 feet maybe? And obviously, you're going to have to do the stethoscope joint to get these on. So, We can mess with phase. These are a higher grade of headphones than you're normally, but the price was so low. Stupid low. But I got it with a coupon, and that's gone, and there's a deal, and blah, 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 blah. So, again, Google is your friend, and Amazon. I'm not Amazon, nor am I Google, so look now, you know where the buttons are. I'm going to pull these out. They are blue. It's very subtle, very nice blue. It's not quite navy. It's like a battleship blue. It's very. I'm calling it battleship blue. I made up a color just now. Sue me. I am not a fashion designer, and there is nothing else in there. Nothing. Just a plastic mold, some troll snacks, a piece of felt, foam, whatever this. Yeah, foam, and one cable, which should probably be upgraded, but you know, you got enough to work with it. You got enough to plug it in. So, looking at the device itself, very thick pads, but also not very firm. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. No idea. So, and they're tapered, so they're wider at the top than at the bottom, or at least they feel to be so. They may not be, but it feels that way to me. Or maybe it's the entire device, but it seems, I don't know, maybe I'm just fooling myself actually. Might just be because of the seam is down there. I don't know. I might be making stuff up. And then, of course, we have what seems to be a serial number here. I seem to have number 00485, but it might be a serial number or it might be an issue number. I don't know. We have metal construction on the brackets here. And they're very simply constructed. I'm trying to figure out how you adjust these. Oh, just slide, just pull. So, seems to be very simplistic. There's no real device or, so you can push this or something. I don't see it. So, you just put them on and pull down, I guess. But we have some sort of, we got the HiFiMan logo here on the underside of the right where you want to plug it in. I assume this is on both sides. Yes, it's in stereo. Very simplistic, very understated, very like you would not steal these. There's no one would steal these. They're just like, they don't look like anything. They say drop here and here in this location and this is your AMSR moment of the video. Okay, that's all you get because that's the only thing that'll make any noise. I mean, other than the device themselves. So we're gonna have to do this old school. Ooh, and even on the thing they tell you where left and right are. Interestingly enough, I have put some schmutz on there and I don't know where left and right are on the cans now. I do not see where they've written left and right on the cans themselves, which is quite interesting to me. But I guess I could just stick that side on my head, so it really doesn't matter, does it? Okay, this is the left side, I've decided, and this is the right side. Just realized that I don't need to know it anywhere but the cable, so I'm a little slow today, folks. I didn't get as much sleep as I should have. It's been a long day. Okay, so I'm going to try to even these out and push them back down, because I have a big head anyway, but I don't think it's this big. There's a pretty good size there. Everything's round, everything's soft. So if I put them on my ears, there's still a bit of space on my giant head. And I have a big head. Like, I have a big head. And I've adjusted these down quite a bit. So I can shake these off if I wanted to. I can do that. But I was pretty seriously trying. So there's very little clamping force. They're light. The strap is leatherish. The headphones, the pads themselves, the cups themselves have some sort of they're like a breathable foam. I don't see any replacement. They didn't come with replacements, so this is what you get in the box. And there's a nylon, I would say stocking. It's not, I'm not calling this foam. It's just literally a textile, just a single sheet of nylon. It looks like a thick pantyhose between my ear and the driver. Let's see. If I really, I gently feel the drivers in one spot on my big ears, but I'm completely, they're completely circumaural, and that's all the information I can give you with these. I mean, they seem very light. Like, I don't think I would ever get tired of wearing these, to be quite honest. They're supposed to be a 50 millimeter, they're a 50 millimeter driver, 16 ohms, 101 dB sensitivity, and they're clocked at 20 to 20, which seems weird to me because they've been referred to multiple times as closed-back Sundaras. So the Sundara is notorious by HiFiMan for punching way above its price point and is in almost every collection for headphone lovers, and is almost one of those meta-defining headphones, especially at $350. So in the headphone meta, it's got its place. You know what I mean? Right there, the 600s have their place, the 800s have their place. I'm talking about the Sennheisers, obviously. You know what I mean? The Ship 9500s have their place. There are meta-defining headphones, and I'm trying to collect the few of the ones on the low end because honestly, there's a certain point where I don't feel like headphones are giving me more, and I feel amps and DACs are going to give you the rest of the experience. It's still going to be a driver. It's still going to be vibrating. And after you have a planar, after you have a this, after you have that, the tech isn't changing. So what's changing is the input signal, and you're going to get a lot more there. So you have to see where you're spending your money. And if you've driven your ears to the point, if you're such a, I always think of the princess of the P when I think of audiophile stuff. If you're such a princess that you can feel the P under 100 mattresses and you now need a $6,000 pair of headphones and a $12,000 amp and a $4,000 DAC to listen to Hell's Bells from, you know, AC/DC or whatever, you have an addiction. You're not a music lover. You have a problem. You know, you need to seek professional psychological help. You need to shrink. So where are we going to go now? To the device. You already know. They're smooth, they're lacking in low end, but the specs tell you that. There's a roll off. It's not that I don't think that these have a problem producing bass. I think it's the way they're tuned. I believe the children can be our future. Treat them, teach them well, and let them lead the way. That's what we're talking. We need to re-EQ these. I like, honestly, they're punching. The high and the mids are in your friggin' face. They really do sound like open backs. They have they really have separation and soundstage, and it's not wide. It's I would say it's, I don't know. I mean, if you think of the 800s as being 100% of the possible soundstage, I even think they're 125%. They're exaggerated to my ears. But I haven't heard them in a while, so I have no desire to pay $800, you know, that amount, $1,000 for a pair of headphones or whatever they cost these days. So in my studio days, I used them all the time, and I used to stop using them because I felt like it was exaggerated. This vastness that you felt swimming in a cosmos of music instead of in a club of music. But in these, I feel like you're getting, you know, I mean, if most cans or in-ears are just in your head, that's 0. And the 800s are 125. I think here you got like 45 to 60%, you know, like in that range. I'm gonna give myself 15% of leeway to fuck around in case I have to listen to these later. I really do believe they do have open back aspects or kind of an affect to them for a set of closebacks. But for as plastic as you know, I'm not, out of this track, I'm hearing the bass as being very soft. It's very powdery. So maybe that's why it's not jumping at me yet. I mean, I might try to find something that really thumps and see if I can hear it, you know what I mean? But I also feel like whether or not I can hear it, because I can hear it, it's fine. The question is though, where is it as in relationship to the mids and highs? You know what I mean? And that's, the bass does seem pulled back from the rest of what's going on for this track especially. But that's kind of this track. So let me move on and see what else I can see. To my ears, these sound very mid-forward. And it's funny because the bass has impact. It slams, but it's just not there. There's definitely a roll off in the low end. So that's what that is. But as mid-forward as they are, the placement of things is adequate, if not very good. You know what I mean? These punch way over their price point, way over. But I really do think they need a re-EQ. You need to run these through an EQ. I think that I would prefer them run through an EQ. And I don't know what I would use such a mid-forward set for in my life, but I know a lot of people like that. So, I mean, these are the ultimate probably podcast or documentary listening. If you're listening to a lot of talk, this is your jam. These are right there for you. They are the vocal range is just right in your face. If all you're listening to is a lot of electric guitar, a lot of guitar, you know what I mean? They're there for you too. So that's just, I'm gonna move forward from here, but we'll see. Ooh. So, killing in the name of, that's what he's lived. Got it. So, yeah, this is for Primus. This is for Rage Against the Machine. This is where these live. I get it. Yeah, that's what these are for. Got you. Like 100%. They're giving you the slam of the front pedal of a bass drum. Metallica, like metal, new metal, rap rock. That's what these headphones are for. I got you. And that being said, they might actually be pretty good for gaming, because that's that sound range that we're always looking for. It's the same crossover. Great on acoustic guitar. Okay, yeah. System of the Down, Chop Suey. It's cool that headphones can handle this check. But when he whispers, dude, I start to understand why people like these, especially if this is your music. Like, oh my God, like seriously, I don't really listen to this stuff anymore. I'm an old man, you know what I mean? Like I play this stuff, but like really, I'm not checking in like that. And right now, I got goosebumps. I honestly have like tingling shit going on. Like these are different. I can't explain what it is though. It's horrible because I'm making a video trying to explain what it is. There's a quality to these that you can't really lay your finger on. At least I can't in 5 seconds. In 5 minutes, whatever it is I'm doing here. There is something else going on here. And again, there's a low end roll off, but when he plays the drums, they sound good, even though psychologically I know that they're lacking something. Like intellectually, I'm a drummer. I've been playing drums since I was 4 years old. I know what drums should sound like. I know that there's frequencies missing, and yet they sound somehow still accurate. You know what I mean? They're not mudded up. They're not, you know what I mean? It's very, very interesting what's going on here. I'm feeling very Jeff Goldblum right now. I don't know why, but they're giving me the tingles, and it's a whole magical, mystical thing that's happening inside of my neurons that are firing. It's now I'm going slipping into Captain Kirk. I don't know why. Yeah, these are an experience. These are something else, and I'm definitely going to have to listen to some varied things on this to see if there's more depth here than I think I might know about. So it'll be interesting. It will definitely be interesting. Yeah, I realized I wasn't looking at the camera. I'm looking at what I can think of to play next on these. I'm gonna look for some low end nuance before I do a review of these. I'm gonna look to see if I can bass boost them, just to see if I can turn them into what I think they could be. Because I think if they have that clarity in the low end, if I can just get more low end presence, because these are stupid mid forward, they just are. That's what they are. We'll see. We'll see. They're definitely a TP. It's the opposite of a V. So it's upside down V, I guess, or an A-frame. Let's call them that. One of those houses that they have up in the Nordic places. Or if you've ever been to an old school Whataburger, you'll know what I'm talking about. Old people. My old people out there. Old heads. Yeah. There's something going on here, and for not a lot of money, HiFiMan has something. Even if these are just for editing, listening to podcasts, listening to these things, listen to these kinds of, wow, there's something here, and it's not gonna bust the bank, and you can definitely get these bad boys on the sly and listen to some art.